the currency, the foreign currency, and number 3, privatize. Because definitely some of the privatization were very useful. You remember, for instance, UTC. UTC was a government company. The government was owning buses. You can imagine. Now we said, why should the government, the Mutebiles were arguing rightly that why should the government own buses? Let the buses be owned by private people. And I went with them there, and we gave up the transport sector. And you saw how much it stimulated. Because the government was suppressing people who could go into transport. Once it withdrew, because you remember that time we had only 2 bus companies in Uganda. There was UTC and People's Bus. And I think they were both owned by the government or something like that. So where does the private sector person go? So by the government withdrawing, so many people have flocked into the transport sector, buses, taxis, borders. So that was a correct decision in terms of privatization. Then you come to hotels. The government was owning hotels. And the Mutebiles were arguing, why should the government own hotels? Let the private people own the hotels. And I listened to their line. And you see how much it has stimulated these Afrikaners, the what? Hotels all over the place. But when they came to UCB, there they went across the border. And I should have listened more to Suluma than to them. So, and now the Betty was saying, thanking me for keeping Mutebile for a long time, both in the treasury, but also in the bank. Me, I like that civil war of ideas. This one has got, because Suluma is there with his ideas, this one is there. They help me to understand better. Instead of having just one way of thinking. So I liked it so much. That's why this meeting is really, it's like a civil war. Somebody comes with an idea, you see him really very kiyamba okuvuganya ebirowoozo okuvuganya ona akiriza kino oli akiriza kiri. It is so. I am very happy. They have definitely contributed. All of them, the Mutebile group in the 3 areas which where they were active, the people like Suluma, and of course the whole, or the NRM fraternity, ministers, like for instance, Vicky Sektoreko. Vicky Sektoreko is the one who started the maize, turning maize into cash crop. People didn't know that maize could be a cash crop. They were thinking that coffee, what? So all these actors, fortunately, I have them in my head, but I think I should put it down in writing before I forget, to know who did what, so that you the Bazukuru, you now know where to add on, because it is a very wonderful group. Everybody brings in etofari. Mpulira abantu bange b'Emmengo bakozesa ekigambo etofari. Edda ffe twakozesanga omuganda. This one has made this contribution. So the contribution of the Mutebile is 3 areas. Number 1, control liquidity so that you control inflation. Number 2, the currency reform, floating, so that the shilling finds its level, its actual level, rather than the artificial level of fixing. And then thirdly, the privatization. So I'm really here to salute the contribution of Mutebile as a person. And Mama Betty has told you how dedicated he was, and you could see that he was very dedicated. If you want a paper about an issue, it will be there in the next 2 days. He will produce it. It is that dedication that you should emulate. With these few words, I want to express my condolences to the family, to Uganda, to the Ugandans, and I wish him eternal peace in the life after here, where he already is. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that contribution that we have recognized of Professor Mutebile. Your Excellency, will seek your permission now to continue with the service, but as you were speaking, we wanted to recognize the presence of Mama Maria Obote, who was a mother to, Miri Obote, who was a mother to Professor Mutebile. She's somewhere there behind. And then Right Honorable Kajura, Henry Kajura also came in, Princess Elizabeth Bagaya, and another good friend of Professor Mutebile, Mr. Orara Otunu, is also here. So thank you very much. We will continue now with the service, but we want to thank you for recognizing the contribution of Professor Mutebile and all that we have done for him and his family. So we'll allow the President to convoy to leave, and then we'll continue with the step in. Your Lordship, the Chief just